flight.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's our first class. I don't know that's something. He said there was 60 people. So if you need the restroom will be outside.
Okay.
Yeah, follow me this one. This one. So the instruction over there.
Flight 857 with service to Shanghai here at gate G6 lower level. All ticket and confirmed passengers should be on board at this time. Once again, final boarding call for United Flight 857 with service to Shanghai here at gate G6.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Rima.
That way. Hi, how are you? What do you want
Finding a place for your bag. You're here to help.
欢迎登机，很高兴你今天搭乘我们的航班。找到座位后，请将大件行李放在座位上方的行李储物柜中，行李箱优先。请持续携带小件物品和外套，先为大件随身行李留出空间。小件物品可放置在前排座椅下方，请确保其完全位于座椅下方，保持脚部周围区域通畅。找到座位后，请走入座位所在的排。
Angel, could you please call 201 left? Thank you.
We appreciate your attention as we get the safety video on and road.
Tighten by pulling the loose end of the strap. Lift the buckle to release it. When your seatbelt sign is on, your seatbelt must be fastened well and tight across your lap. In case of unexpected turbulence, keep your seatbelt fastened even when the signal sign is off.
United Polaris business class, you see as a shoulder strap. Fasten your seatbelt and secure the shoulder strap by placing a metal fitting over the lock and pulling on the strap until it clicks. The shoulder strap must be secured for taxi, takeoff, and land. To release, push down on the metal bolt.
我们将调暗机舱内的光线，以方便您休息。请将安全带扣在您的毯子和衣服外，以便我们穿过机舱时进行检查。如果您需要任何帮助，只需按下呼叫按钮。再次感谢您搭乘我们的航班。起飞。
United 871, every 10 Qatar, winds 330 at 8, runway 28 left, take off.
Straight left, clear for takeoff, United 871.
your quick travel tip. If you fly United, which you clearly do, you should have one of our United Explorer cards. The reasons are simple. On behalf of United Airlines and your entire flight crew, I'd like to first welcome you to Taipei, Taiwan. Today is Thursday, April the 10th, and the local time is approximately 6:36 p.m. We ask that you please remain seated comfortably with your seatbelt securely fastened until the aircraft has departed the gate and the seatbelt sign has been turned off. When retrieving your bags, overhead bins, please use caution and bags may have shifted during our landing. Please once again, please take a look around your seat area as well as that seat pocket in front of you. For passengers in, you are now free to use your lifeline devices. Shortly we will be handing you over to the ground personnel here. If you have any other further questions or normal travel, please contact one of them as you disembark on the aircraft. On behalf of United Airlines and all of its employees worldwide, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for choosing United as your airline of choice today. We do know you have a choice of other airlines, and we do sincerely appreciate your business. More importantly, we do look forward to working with another United Express, or one of our Star Alliance partners in the very near future. From all of us to all of you, enjoy the rest of your evening. And once again, thank you for flying the best skies of United. Good night.
感谢您选择今天搭乘我们星空联盟联合航司班机，希望在不久的将来还有机会为您服务。谢谢，再会。
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Taiwan Taoyuan International Airport. For arrival business duty, you have to check in bag.